So just taking a quick look at Vechain then on our daily time frame for another daily update on the channel. As we can see here, Vechain right now basically in a situation where it's looking like it wants to move up, but obviously every single time that we do move up, it's a very slow crawl, and then when Bitcoin decides to pull back, we get these massive red candles. It's been like this for a long time for altcoins, but Vechain looking like a particularly egregious example of it right now. You can see here we were basically taking the stairs up for a long time here, but not really making any kind of meaningful progress to the upside for Vechain. And then the second that Bitcoin decides that it wants to dump and have a tiny pullback, we get this absolutely apocalyptic dump, taking the elevator back down for Vechain, showing its weakness yet again in the markets recently. You can see if we look at Bitcoin here, nothing to write home about at all in terms of price action. Just a very minor, like $1,000 or $2,000 pullback for Bitcoin. But if you look at Vechain, a huge red candle yesterday in line with, you know, the altcoin basket here, but you can see massively overreacting in comparison to the rest of the altcoin space. Ethereum having a tiny red candle and Vechain having this monstrously huge red candle to the downside again. Meanwhile, we're never really getting that momentum to the upside at all for Vechain. I mean, you could say that we're rejecting this resistance here that we've formed on the hourly yet again. As you can see here, we've got a pretty obvious resistance that doesn't even fit on my chart anymore. As you can see, we're still rejecting this area by the looks of things, but overall the altcoin space just having a healthy pullback after touching its all-time highs, as you would have expected, and Bitcoin having a tiny bit of a pullback here, as you can see. But overall, this reaction here on the hourly time frame looking pretty bad, to be honest. You can see the altcoin space, as I said, choosing violence and having a massive overreaction to Bitcoin here, having a very small pullback. But overall, you can see the whole altcoin space reacting to this, getting a monstrous pullback to the downside here for, in my opinion, no real reason at all. We're basically just having a small pullback for Bitcoin. But as always, as I say in every video, if Bitcoin pulls back, it will be stalling out this good progress that altcoins have been making. And you can see pretty much reversing a lot of the gains that we saw last week already over the past 2 days. But just because Bitcoin decided to stop moving up, and now that it's getting some red candles, the rest of the altcoin space, as I said, overreacting massively right now to Bitcoin's tiny pullback. You can see, look at all these crazy red candles on the hourly time frame here over the past few hours. Really a huge reaction to such a small minor correction for Bitcoin. It's pretty telling of the place we're in right now. I think a lot of people are scared to be in the market still for the altcoin space because of all the uncertainty we're seeing. And this means for Vechain, as you can see, that we are still in an area where the altcoin season that we're looking for is not confirmed, even though Ethereum and the altcoin basket both looking like they're very close to new all-time highs and getting a good pump. Bitcoin can still come in and ruin the day. As I was saying in my videos for the past few days, if Bitcoin does dump, we are going to be seeing the altcoin space getting a pretty significant stalling of this good movement that we've been seeing, and you can see we are seeing that now across the whole altcoin space. If you just take a quick look here, all that good work that we were doing across the last week or so being reversed in the space of 1 or 2 candles, as you can see here on a lot of these cryptos, getting a really significant pullback for no real reason other than the fact that Bitcoin has decided to have a tiny little pullback here in the local area. So as always, Bitcoin leads the market. You need to be aware of Bitcoin being able to do this at any point. When we do get these decent moves for altcoins, always remember that Bitcoin can ruin the day and will ruin the day a lot of the time, until we see Ethereum breaking to new all-time highs and consistently decorrelating from Bitcoin, which is just probably going to be chopping around for a while now, causing us all kinds of problems in the altcoin space. Until we see that, we're not going to be seeing any meaningful moves to the upside for any altcoins, because they're just going to keep getting dumped back down by Bitcoin, having tiny pullbacks here and there. Right now, Vechain still in its range and still looking pretty weak, to be honest, compared to a lot of cryptos. We're going to have to wait and see if we can shake off some of this constant Bitcoin pressure to the downside, and see if we can get a move to the upside soon for the altcoin basket. As always, thank you very much for watching. Like and subscribe, leave a comment down below and let me know your thoughts. Check back every day for daily updates and get some free money in the description below. Cheers.